Can we just admit that women are the most entitled motherfucking gremlins on the planet? I mean, seriously. I know more so in Western culture than in other cultures, but god damn. God damn. It's fucking, there's always a layer of excuses on every front. But there is no excuse for how these people act. Like, you go on Reddit, for example, and we know Reddit is cucked, but that's no excuse for that level, that quantum physics level of stupidity and apology for evil of all sorts, be it women, be it moderators, be it, anything. But the only thing they don't apologize for is boomers, and quite frankly, women and moderators are obviously worse than boomers. But that's another topic. The point is that, you go on these subreddits, or hell, you go anywhere really, and the entitlement of women is preference. They sound like fucking David Duke from the Ku Klux Klan about preferences. No niggers, no short people, no fat guys, no poor guys, no guys that don't have a car. I didn't realize we had this social Darwinianism. I didn't realize the Nazis won World War II. Maybe we should just fucking chain women up and fuck them to death like in Handmaid's Tale, and that would be less fascist than this bullshit of no this, no that, no the other. That's fascism. That's Darwinianism. Stop it. And you have no room to talk about other people, incels, MGTOW, things like that when you act that way. Fuck you. You're a beast. And it just goes on and on. The entitlement of women. They think they're a fucking goddess, and that we men are just here to work and die for them. Say anything about the magical vagina, and we got a problem. Yeah, we're gonna have a fucking problem because I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. I'm sick and tired of your goddamn stinky pussy smelling up the room and acting like you're God's gift to everything and everyone. You're not. You're not. You're a fucking animal. And, one example is how I've actually seen arguments of incel tiers, which is a terrible place, by the way. Incel tiers is basically a normie's version of Kiwi Farms. It is a place where people go to dox and gang stalk and be thugs, but then when something happens to them, they get a fucking hair up their ass. And I've seen arguments where they're like, why don't these incels just be gay for each other? So a man should have to change his very sexual preference, which, by the way, you wouldn't like that if a Christian fucking told you to stop being gay, but men should become gay to adapt to the entitlement of women. But a woman can't lower her standards, which, by the way, she doesn't have standards because she's not a good person. She's not smart. She's not educated. She's not hardworking. She's not loyal. She's nothing. You have nothing to contribute. But meanwhile, you think you have standards. Fuck you. You get locked up and raped to death. That's what happens to you. Because you have to be somebody in order to expect somebody. But somehow women are just automatically somebody. But men are not. Men have to redeem themselves constantly under the eyes of the church, under the eyes of the nation, under the eyes of society. For who? For you? Motherfucker, you that treats us like shit? No. No, you don't get dick. Give us our free stuff. We're gonna elect the Yang Gang chain, and you're gonna give us all the free shit. Gives me that. That's what's gonna happen. All the taxpayers, you're gonna flip the bill for the neets and the incels out there. You're gonna fucking have to work extra hard. You're gonna have to work another 10 hours in the week, 50 hours, 60-hour work weeks to pay for our free shit. That's what's gonna fucking happen, because this is bullshit. You cannot run a society on the idea that men are supposed to be working and lonely and, just keep their mouth shut and not have a platform and. It's fucking better in Saudi Arabia than that bullshit. And you're going to sit here and talk about virtue signaling and everything. You have nothing to add to the discussion. You have nothing to contribute as a human being. You are not a soul. You are a fucking void. You are just this empty void of evil and malice that exists to cause pain and suffering to anyone that just happened to be born with a penis. That is Western society, and that is the fucking cult of women that we live under. And they make every excuse in the world, but that's how it is. I wouldn't have to say it if it wasn't that way. If it was bad in a different way, I would just say it's bad in a different way. I would just say, well, the issue is material conditions, or the issue is this, or no. But no, people worship women. They worship them like some kind of divine entity, and they act demonic. They just outright act demonic. And there's a lot of Western society that's demonic. But in this particular instance, I'm talking about women because it is a very pressing issue. It is a very present issue. It is something that exists all the time, everywhere, and you see it a lot. So that's why I have to mention it, especially when you can't even fucking talk to a vagina. I'm not even going to say a woman, a vagina. Well, without having these issues, because every time I turn around, I see some girl like, oh, why can't a guy just be friends with a female? You don't know what a friend is. You've never treated anyone like a friend in your life. And why would I want to be your friend? I know who my friends are. I know who I can trust and who I can't. What does that have to do with you? Why do you get to decide who is and isn't my friend, rather than just, hey, either you can be my partner or you can fuck off? That's, you have that choice. You don't live in Saudi Arabia. You should, but you don't. So make the choice. And then, I'll see some fucking whale of a woman talk about how, oh, the men are chubby chasers. Then I go and look at her profile, and she's just there for dick. You can't have it both ways. Either you have some fucking self-respect, or guys are going to use you to fulfill a fetish. That's it. All you want is dick, but meanwhile, guys only like you because they have a fetish. Which you should be so lucky as that you're this rotundous warthog, and meanwhile there's plenty of guys that still want to fuck you. That's, and they don't even consider the entitlement. They don't even give it a second thought that, there's still plenty of guys out there that are taking them out to dinner and giving them good dick and treating them right, and all they want is to use them physically, and they have no dignity, but they still complain. Meanwhile, the rest of us, we gotta deal with this bullshit. This is our life. But there's always some attack on the male. There is always some responsibility on the male. And I've always said, because fucking just to avoid the immense backlash, I always have to reiterate that most women can't be moderators because they're so entitled and because they're so privileged that they don't have it in them to be dedicated to work 10 hours a day banning people and regulating speech and everything like that. It's too much effort. It's not worth it for them. Why would they need to go through all that? They already have everything they could ever want. But that is the gist of the evils that we live under, where you have on one end where if you're a man, fuck you, your whole life is going to be a uphill battle, but other men won't be there with you in that suffering. They'll convince themselves that they're a house Negro and that, oh, you just need to lift, bro. Oh, you just need to learn game, bro. Or worse than that, they will be a moderator because there are men out there that have worked really hard to be the evil motherfuckers that they are. And, then they'll screw you even more than the women. But we live in a society, we need the health care and we need the minimum wage. Why? Fuck everybody. Fucking don't give anybody shit. If I can't have free shit and the good people watching this video can't have free shit, then nobody gets free shit. We fucking live in a hole. We live in a porta potty if we can't have our free shit. Give me my free stuff.